The studio air turned heavy as Maher's remark landed, half smirk on his face. The crowd followed through nervous laughter, scattered gasps, eyes darted toward Crockett. And then silence, because what she was about to deliver would leave him stunned. For years, Maher thrived on skating the razor's edge, mocking under the guise of satire. Immune to consequence, but Crockett wasn't just another guest. She embodied communities long dismissed, carrying dignity into a room built on arrogance. What unfolded next wasn't a quip or clapback, it became a cultural spark. Igniting a national conversation Maher couldn't control, Bill Maher built his brand on sharp humor. Yet behind the wit lurked a pattern, mocking faiths, belittling movements, dismissing voices he didn't understand. Controversy clung to him, Islamophobic rants, elitist sneers, awkward clashes with guests who challenged his worldview. Each time, he brushed it off. Untouchable in his own studio kingdom, accountability never seemed to stick. Audiences grew, accustomed to his arrogance, expecting little change. But Maher had never faced a guest like Jasmine Crockett before. Jasmine Crockett's story began far from television spotlights, rooted in humble beginnings. Where hard work was survival, not slogan, she rose through grit and intellect. A sharp legal mind shaped by battles for justice and equality. Every step taught her resilience, every setback strengthened her resolve. She refused to be silenced, carrying the weight of those unheard into every chamber she entered. Viewers saw not just a politician, but a fighter with purpose. It was this unshakable foundation that armed her for the night Bill Maher would cross the line. The moment Crockett pushed back, Maher leaned into his old trick, smirking, rolling his eyes, laughing as if mockery could erase the sting of his words. Each deflection dripped with arrogance, yet Crockett's steady voice refused to yield. The crowd shifted uneasily, caught between nervous chuckles and growing unease. The tension in the room thickened, anticipation mounting with every exchange. And then, Crockett decided it was time to stop pulling punches. Crockett leaned in, her tone calm but unflinching, framing Maher's remark not as comedy, but as a wound often dismissed. With precision, she dismantled his words, tracing them to a pattern of racism hidden beneath smirks and punchlines. Each fact landed heavier than the last, silencing his grin, pauses filled with gasps and murmurs. The crowd hanging on every word, applause erupted as his confidence visibly cracked. Arrogance melting into unease, Maher shifted, stunned, cornered. Not by volume, but by truth. What happened after the cameras cut only amplified the shockwaves. Within hours, clips of the exchange flooded timelines. Hashtags trending as memes captured Maher's stunned silence. Commentators praised Crockett's composure, while celebrities amplified her words, calling it a defining cultural moment. Supporters of Maher scrambled to defend him. Yet the tide was against them. Critics seized the moment as long overdue accountability. What began in one studio became a nationwide reckoning. A viral firestorm impossible to ignore. But beyond the trending hashtags, something deeper was revealed about America itself. Crockett transformed the clash into something larger than a late-night spat. She showed that dignity triumphs over arrogance, that truth cuts deeper than mockery. In her poise, viewers saw the resilience of voices long dismissed, rising unshaken. Against casual racism disguised as humor, the lesson was clear: when you stand firm in truth, arrogance crumbles. And that's why this wasn't just a TV moment, it was a cultural turning point. Bill Maher was left stunned, Jasmine Crockett stood triumphant. Truth and dignity outshone arrogance and ignorance. If you believe dignity must never be mocked, share, subscribe, and join our unshakable community.